Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this opinion video following Raw. Let's get to your thoughts so we can get through as many of them as possible. And we're starting off with a good one here. Mr. Cod said, I think WWE is absolute trash now. It's not like the old days. Since Cena, it's gone downhill for me. It's for kids. AEW is so much better. So, Mr. Cud, I suppose my big question would be, if you're saying since Cena, I don't know if you mean since Cena like first arrived. Like, are you saying WWE has been trash for you since like 2002, 2003? Because I mean, it's 20 years later, Mr. Cud. Why are you why are you here? Right? Or do you mean since Cena kind of left? Because if you mean since Cena left, and it's gone downhill and it's now for kids, we are talking about the John Cena that used to wear, like, brightly coloured shirts, yeah? We are talking about the John Cena that didn't turn heel because of what he meant to the kids and Make-A-Wish and all of that kind of stuff, yeah? So, I love this comment. I can't quite understand this comment, but I do love this comment, and I urge you, Mr. Cud, please send in comments for every one of these videos, because it will entertain me no end, right? I will absolutely love it. I will absolutely love it. So, Mr. Cud, shout out to you. I hope you have a great day, and next one is Friday. Please send in another comment. Right, Zara, shout out to you, said LA Knight won and is gonna be in the Elimination Chamber match. Does this mean that his feud with Styles will carry on to WrestleMania 40? I really hope not, because I would much rather see LA Knight face Logan at WrestleMania. I personally think it'll be Logan against LA Knight. I think the feud with AJ is just something that's playing out on a Friday. So I think it's something that they will do a match of on SmackDown. You know, you've got to have LA Knight doing something. We don't know that we're going to see Logan every week. I know that he's working a more full-time schedule, but I don't know that that means it's a weekly schedule. So, no, I feel all right about it, to be honest. I think that we're going to get LA Knight Logan. I've kind of felt that way for a long time. But it's definitely one to keep an eye on, you know. They absolutely could have pushed it back. You know, maybe we're all sat here thinking it's LA Knight Logan for WrestleMania. It's actually LA Knight Logan for SummerSlam. And so it could be that Logan faces someone else at WrestleMania. And we do end up with AJ versus LA Knight. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the match I would book. I mean, there is a lovely TNA kind of vibe to that feud. I think they just missed each other in TNA, but people with far better knowledge of TNA than I would be able to answer that one. But even so, I definitely think of that company when I see these two. So it's not a feud I hate. I'm still feeling pretty good for LA Knight Logan. If we don't get it at WrestleMania, I'm adamant we get it at some point this year, but brilliant point. Eddie said Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins against Rock and Roman will main event night one. Even though Bayley and Io probably have got the better storyline and they deserve to main event, the star power of 4 guys on the tag match is too much to not main event. I mean, what I'll say about that is any match involving The Rock is going to main event, and I don't think there can be too much argument about that. I do feel sorry for Bayley. I think that I don't really feel sorry for Io. She's not been on the main roster that long, right? So I'm not really bothered about Io. But Bayley, I think, definitely deserves to main event a night of WrestleMania. I just hope that she will get that opportunity. Because even if we don't get that tag match, I think we get Rock versus Seth. And you know, that's going to main event as well. Any match with The Rock, I've no doubt, is going to be main eventing the night one. I don't think it'll be night 2, because that looks, Roman Cody looks pretty set, doesn't it? Dean Parker said, I like the new Jey match. Nice. And can't wait for Jey versus Gunther. I do think that Jimmy is going to cost his bro the IC title in the build to Mania. Yeah, you're not alone. Quite a few people think that Jimmy's going to jump in, cost Jey. That's then going to build to their WrestleMania match. And then I'm looking at Braun and Gunther to be honest. I mean, we know that Braun replaced Brock in the Rumble. We know that Braun is someone that they see a real bright future for. So, yeah, Braun and Gunther is what I'm looking for at WrestleMania. Braun replacing Brock because it was meant to be Gunther versus Brock at WrestleMania. Right, Jaden said, in terms of usual Raws, it was poor. It was very forgettable episode. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if the Cody Drew match turns into a tag match with Shinsuke and Sammy. That's interesting. Esmeralda said, love the Cody and Seth and Becky Rhea segments. Also got a giggle when Pat answered in a kind of low voice about what to do with Nuggets. Well, I can certainly tell him what to do with Nuggets. Trent said, it was a good show from head to toe, really. It just lacked surprises. Everything seemed predictable. The best part of the show was the Seth Cody promo. The Sammy stuff was a close second. Reese said, another wheel-spinning episode with some Mania developments. Good promo with Cody and Seth. Becky had a decent promo. The line about Daddy fighting Maui got me. Should be a more interesting build after the Chamber, but it's hard to do too much Mania builds when we've got Elimination Chamber soon. Good point. We are at the moment building to Elimination Chamber, so it is hard to build to that and build to WrestleMania. So once we get past the Chamber, it is just a straight run. You are right. Tribal Chief 3009 said, awesome, but I've got a feeling Seth will turn on Cody because he said he wants to be Cody's Shield, and when he was in the Shield, he turned his back on Roman and Moxley, so that could happen again. It will be interesting. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of feel like the Shield line is just a little reminder to people that he used to be in that faction with Roman. You know, the mentioning of the Shield conjures up a lot of feelings and images, and, you know, you see them coming through the crowd, you see them in their kind of black tactical SWAT attire. It's kind of cool imagery just from the mere mention of that word. So I don't know that for me was a tease that it's like the Shield, I'm going to turn on you. I think it was more, you know, I go way back. It kind of added a bit of extra weight to what he was saying because he said, I helped create this monster, and now it's a monster with two heads. And I think the Shield mention just kind of reinforces what he means by this, you know? He was brothers in arms, basically. They went to war together. They were in the Shield together. And I just took it that way, personally. I'm not saying that he won't turn on him at some point, but I didn't read it that way. Let's just put it that way. But it will be interesting, said Tribal Chief. I completely agree. Casual LA Night Enjoyer said the promo from Seth was fire. Might be unpopular, but in my opinion, his best ever promo. Oof. And also, for a second there, I was thinking they will have Jon Moxley come out, but that's just me hoping that they would. Yeah, I don't see Moxley. I think he's under contract for, I don't know when till, but I'm not aware of his contract running out anytime soon. The other thing with Moxley as well is that I don't think he enjoyed being Dean Ambrose. Jon Moxley loves to bleed and be in death matches, and he loves to push himself to those extremes. Like that's, it sounds weird, but I think it makes him feel alive. I really think he gets something extra from it, and he does not get that from WWE. I mean, I'm sure performing in front of a crowd the size of what WWE has is appealing, but I think that he gets that little bit extra from the death matches and from bleeding and cutting himself open and really getting. I think he likes to fight. I think if he could start his life over, I think he'd probably get into MMA and be like a UFC fighter. I think he loves to get in and dirty. So, I don't know. I can't say I'm leaning towards him coming back. I think he'll come back and go in the Hall of Fame with the Shield. But I don't know that he comes back for one more run. He might be AEW for life. We'll have to ask Mr. Cud. We'll have to ask Mr. Cuddle. No, Mr. Cuddle. No, if Moxley's on his way back. Right. So, Tribal Chief, Casual, LA Knight Enjoyer. Crater Face said, I didn't get to see it all because I got home late from work. But all in all, it was a decent show. The Nia promo was super cringe, it was. But Rollins cut a hell of a promo, though there's still no explanation from Cody as to why he gave up his spot. What are your thoughts? I completely agree. I think I actually quote tweeted this one. I think I quote tweeted this. It feels very familiar. Let's jump down. I'm pretty sure I did. Here we go. Yeah, I did. So I quote tweet. I agree, but I thought the show was fine. Not amazing, but not terrible either. Cody and Seth segment was fire. I also would have liked to have been told what Rock said to make Cody step aside. I feel like that could add more heat to The Rock if he basically told Cody that Cody was not good enough. So I agree. I think we could have got into that. I think we could have explored that a little bit. And it's a little shame we didn't. Dave in Real Life said, an interesting episode of Raw. Loved the Cody and Seth segment, but did feel that it was never ending, just like Cody's story. Nia is coming across as a badass heel, which is cool. And of LA Knight making the chamber match, which was a highlight, I would give Raw about a 6.75 ranking. I like that, Dave. I like your little ranking in there. That's what she said. Kian said, Daze, my takes from Raw. Cody and Seth segment was quite intense. It was really good. Nia Jax is hard to take seriously. Her promo was cringy. Is anyone ever going to get Adam Pearce his drink? Raw as a whole is just a chaotic, wild ride, but the product is good, investable. Yeah, I mean, like, it's weird, isn't it? I think if the matches are delivered a little bit more, and I don't know, it was a bit weird that we opened with a match and not like a promo that set the tone. And main event was fine, but I'm a big Sammy fan, and I gotta tell you, that main event, it might have been the crowd, but that main event, it wasn't shaking people's minds or anything. It wasn't knocking them around for a main event, you know? You would expect them to cook up something a bit better than that. And I'm a big Sammy stan, so yeah, I think that it was what it was. You know, it had some big moments, the Seth Cody segment in particular. And we just take the dubs and we move on. That's it. J Talks Wrestling, shout out to you, said, I'm in a dilemma. If Rollins drops the belt to Drew at Elimination Chamber, we get Drew against Sammy probably at WrestleMania. But I would rather have Sammy win Money in the Bank. Rollins drops the title to The Rock and Roman loses to Cody. The reason for this, if we got others. The reason for this is The Rock being the champion, the title gets hype, finally, and Rollins is capable of carrying The Rock in a one-on-one. Roman, without the title, would have a power dynamic drama in the bloodline with Rock as the head of the table. It gets better. Punk dethrones The Rock at Royal Rumble to get a spot at WrestleMania, finishing his story just like how Rock beat him at Rumble years ago. WrestleMania 41 will have Roman face versus Rock for head of the table title, and then Rock retires. Well, it looks like you've got it all planned out, buds. Looks like you've got that all mapped out for WWE. Melanie said it was okay. There we go. Look, J Talks Wrestling. Yeah. Take a note. Look at this from Melanie. It was okay. Mosho said that third hour is tough to get through. We all wish that it was just 2 hours, yes. T. Hayes said, I'm just wondering if Triple H will end up giving into The Rock's power, and it will be the management against the Outlaws of Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. The Outlaws will have to overcome the management for all to be successful at Mania. Thoughts? I don't think they'll do that at Mania. I mean, I'm still not sold on this tag match, as people know. I just really don't know why you have them wrestle twice if you really don't need it. I don't know why you take a night one main event from someone if you don't have to. And it doesn't solve the problem of Seth and his title. So obviously if he loses it at Elimination Chamber, that would solve it. But if he goes into WrestleMania as champion, he's going to have to do the tag match on night one. And then apparently he's going to have to defend his title on night two. Where is all this time coming from? Like, is Mania going to be longer this year? Like, I hope we're not taking spots away from other people, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like the whole Outlaws and all this kind of stuff, it can wait for after Mania for me. I mean, there's even people talking about Survivor Series, you know, and potentially Survivor Series having management, as you say, and Outlaws and doing it as like, you know, a thing there. I really think, you know, Rock says, I'm a long gamer. So I'm kind of thinking that we get Roman Cody night one, as you know, we'll just have to wait and see what it is. But I think that kind of management against Outlaws and all that kind of stuff, I'm thinking that that's going to be like further down the road. I don't think Rock does Mania and then goes away. I mean, he's on the TKO board now, so I think he's going to stick around. So, you know, we could go, I don't know what road we're going down. It could be that he's at odds with Roman. It could be he stands shoulder to shoulder with Roman. I mean, like, it's difficult, isn't it? With the plans changing, it makes it very difficult to know where we're going, because I'm not totally convinced even WWE know themselves. But what I do feel quite confident about is because Rock's on the boards, I think this is going to be... It's going to stick around. This has got legs. I don't think we need to try and quickly like cram loads of stuff in now. I think there is going to be room to breathe. You know, I think we're going to have SummerSlam. I think we're going to have Survivor Series. We may even have Saudi. So, you know, I think there will be other shows where The Rock can feature and Roman can feature, and we can have Cody, we can have CM Punk, we can have Seth. So I completely agree with you. I just don't know that it will be for WrestleMania. Nikki said the tag belts need to be split up. There's so many tag teams on both brands worthy of a title run. Also, the Seth Rollins promo was amazing. Maybe the best of all time for him. Sam said it was an okay show. Just 3 hours is too long. We're getting that message, aren't we? Yeah? Rico said maybe I'm a mark. We all are. But I like the women's chamber doesn't seem predictable. There are angles for all the women that have qualified. Brandon said Judgment Day theme, and I don't know what that means. Sweet Warrior X said feedback. Sorry, none today. Just cheeky. Oh, cheeky little message in there. Don't mind that. Don't mind a cheeky little message. Brahma Bull DHF said amazing. Really good Raw tonight. More build up for the epic tag match at the Showcase of the Immortals. Gio the Theo said Twitter hates me. Enjoy the screenshots. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that Twitter hates you, but I believe that the match at WrestleMania has a high probability of being Becky versus Rhea versus Liv. I say this because Becky versus Rhea equals big money. Plus, they had a stare down on Thursday, but I can see Liv getting involved as her entire motivation story right now is defeating Rhea. Also, her video package before the match had her speak on Rhea injuring her and how she is going on a revenge tour. Without Rhea, Liv has no path to WrestleMania. I like that. I like that a lot. Makes a lot of sense. Jim said the matches felt a little flat, with most having little jeopardy as to who would win. I didn't feel I needed to be glued to the screen during them. The Seth Cody promo really did make this show. It was authentic and it actually made me like Seth. Intrigued where this goes with Sammy. Good points. Edward said, I thought it was a good show, but not the best Raw we've seen. I was at about a 6, but the Cody Seth segment put me at 7.25. It was a good show overall and okay matches. I like the new black background thing. So he's talking about on the barricades where it was black and then it's got like the red Raw logos on top. Just looks a less cluttered, looks a bit more focused, and I agree. I thought it was good. I mean, I don't think it's the biggest change in the world. I'm not getting like carried away, but I agree. I thought it was good. Brady said, I think for next week's 8-man tag, DIY should do a DX entrance. Very good. And Chris said, it seemed like Cody acknowledged that WWE Creative messed up, leading into an epic segment and multi-dimensional storyline beyond my expectations. I haven't enjoyed WWE this much in about 20 years, and I am thrilled to share the ride with you, Daze. That's really cool. Thank you. Shout out to you, buds. And then look at this. Mitchell, I'm a little confused why AJ didn't interfere in LA Knight's match, especially after LA interfered and caused him to lose. And you can see I responded a few hours ago. Maybe it's because it was on Monday. AJ works on Friday. Would rather be with his family, maybe. So that was kind of my thought process to that. And that's the comments. We had, I think it was like 29 coming up to 30, which is a lovely amount, actually. It means we don't have to sit here for like an hour, which is lovely. And we can get it done in like 20-odd minutes. My thoughts on the show, I would probably score the show about a 6.75. I'd be going up rather than down, so I'd be knocking on the door to a 7. So for me personally, I give it that. I think the in-ring action was fine, but I don't think it was spectacular. I thought the first match was good. New Jay against Imperium I enjoyed. Obviously, it seems like we're setting up for quite a good week next week. There's an Intercontinental Championship match, which is pretty fun. We've obviously got that big multi-person match with Judgment Day and DIY and Miz and R-Truth. So, you know, we've got all of that. And there's a few things that we've got coming up next week. So I think next week's Raw looks pretty fun. Again, I don't think it's going to be an earth-shattering episode. I think it's just going to be a pretty solid effort as we get, you know, close to Elimination Chamber. I think it is the go-home next week. So I'm very much looking forward to that. The Seth Cody segment was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I think the only thing I didn't get is I just didn't get why Cody stepped aside. That was it. If I'd have got that, I think it would have been pretty close to perfect. I love that Seth said that he understood why Cody had made the decision he had made. I think Cody was quite emotional. I thought he just hung on the chicken nuggets thing a bit too long for me. You know, he kind of tried to make a big thing out of that. About what did he want us to do with chicken nuggets? Like, ha ha ha, move on. And it just kind of lingered a little bit. So I was, you know, we're nitpicking. We are absolutely nitpicking. This thing was amazing. And I just thought it ticked a lot of boxes. Sammy, love his sit-down interview. I loved Shinsuke interfering. I honestly didn't mind Drew getting involved in the main event. Kind of meant that Sammy was a bit protected, right? So I really enjoy what we're doing there as well. Judgment Day turning on R-Truth. I think R-Truth got the message as well. So, you know, hopefully we can move R-Truth onto something different. If he's going to get DIY mixed up with DX, there could be a bit of humor in that for a few weeks. And honestly, the Awesome Truth getting back together, there could definitely be some humor there as well. Becky and Nia and Rhea, that was all pretty fun. So yeah, I mean, look, it was a fairly solid, maybe not spectacular effort. But we took some steps forward on this show, and we got what will be one of the best promos of the WrestleMania season, I would say. Maybe one of the best promos of the year as well. I really, really enjoyed it. And as we said, any faults, I think, are just little nitpick things. So awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short video. I probably could have let more people respond to this before doing this video, but to be honest, I'm going to film this, I'm going to upload this, I'm going to schedule it so that it goes out at a certain time, so when you're watching this, I'll be asleep. Right, so that's why I didn't want to leave it, because it either goes up at a good time or it goes up super close to the NXT stream, and that doesn't feel like the right way forward. So thanks a lot for joining us. Really appreciate the support. I will hopefully see you later for the NXT stream. And of course, we've got the Unseen video that went up, and I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll have another Unseen video dropping tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.